and its venom aims to knock down and kill fast. Whoa, buddy, settle down. That jaw drop there, that's a gape, and he was looking straight back at me without the hook there. For a minute there, he was cranky. Australia's venomous creatures are world famous, and we have lists of every type, whether it's venomous sea creatures, venomous spiders, or in this case, it's our terrestrial land snakes. There's a whole range of things you need to consider when deciding how dangerous a snake is, and they include its venom delivery system, how big are its fangs, is it likely to come into contact with people, and the venom itself. They're all very different. Of all the species we have here, I'm going to show you my top 5. And to keep it simple, I'm going to put them in order of who has the strongest venom, but I'm also going to talk about what makes them dangerous. At number 19 on the venom ranking is the king brown snake. And this is Australia's biggest venomous snake. Now, what he lacks in the strength of his venom, he makes up for in size and the venom itself. So let's have a look at him. Now, this is about as big as they get. And he's certainly the biggest king brown that we have here. Look at that. Now, this is the king of snakes. And, you know, widely distributed right across the arid interior of Australia. They mainly eat other reptiles, snakes, lizards. The venom is really strong and able to kill them quickly, and they'll swallow a snake whole. Look at that. I'm not a big fella, but that's a long snake. And he's heavy. Oh, stay there, buddy. All right, I'm gonna put him away before he gets stroppy. What a snake. Ah, there you go, big boy. Thank you. That's a buzz. This snake comes in at number 10 in the venom ranking, and it's a little favourite of mine. It's a death adder, and they're a pretty remarkable snake. They're found throughout most of Australia, and they're a bushwalker's nightmare, and I'll show you why. This death adder right now is doing exactly what they do in the wild. The body's buried, the head's just sitting proud of the substrate, and that little tail there is flicking, and that's a lure. Let's have a look what he does. He's a bit cranky there. Look how big that body is, how fat it is. And that would have been concealed under leaves, just that head and tail sticking out. Come on, mate. The death adder is a true ambush predator. It uses its lure that looks like a worm, wiggles it around, and a bird, frog or gecko comes in and whack! It's got one of the fastest strikes of any snake on Earth. At number 10, its venom is strong and contains potent neurotoxins and some procoagulants. The neurotoxin mean the brain can't talk with the body. That's going to send you into paralysis. Now, the procoagulants thin your blood. It means your blood can't clot and you're likely to have an internal bleed. Big problems. And my number 3 has the world's 4th strongest venom. It's a tiger snake, and I love them. They're full of character and attitude. And I'm going to show you the whole milking process with this one. We have 250 venomous snakes, and we milk them once a fortnight. It takes 2 guys, 1 whole day. Pretty intense day. Ready to come out. Now, tigers get their name for a pretty obvious reason, striped like a tiger snake. Common along the east coast and southern parts of Australia. Responsible for a lot of bites each year, and normally 1 to 3 fatalities. Now, this is the dangerous part, pinning the snake. What we've got to do is get the snake into a position. Come on, mate, turn around, please. Where its head faces away. We gently put that onto the head, and then sliding up. That's it. That's a tiger snake. I love them. Lots of character and attitude. Look at that face. On the side here are venom glands. Big venom glands. Now I've got the snake. It's time to extract the venom. What we've got here is a venom vial with a piece of plastic on the top. We need the snake to not only sink its fangs in, but bite, and that'll release the venom. Ready? Oh, that's a good bite. 2 fangs. Wow. And that's a good milking, probably somewhere between 10 to 15 mil. All right, so now we want him off the vial. We don't want to break his fangs, so we just want him to let go. And people ask, well, if he bit you now, is he still dangerous? And the answer is yes. They never release all of their venom, so he's just as dangerous now as he was before I milked him. Now the release. There we go. That's it. One happy tiger snake. This snake is an all-round bad boy. It has the second strongest venom of any snake on Earth. It lives in and around cities and has actually done quite well in urban sprawl because of the rats and mice that come, and that's its prey. It's responsible for many bites every year, 2 or 3 fatalities in Australia every year. It's the eastern brown snake. Okay. Now this is only a little brown. They scare me. They've got such a long body and long neck. They're really quick and happy to bite. And what I mean by a long neck is the distance between his head and where the chunky part of the body starts. So it's fair to say that a death adder doesn't really have a long neck. The eastern browns, the rest of that is a thin body and they are quick. Snakes don't go out of their way to try and bite humans. They generally try and avoid contact at all cost. But you put an eastern brown snake in a corner and it will bite. Now, although this guy has the second strongest venom on Earth, needless to say, if you're bitten by any of my snakes and they're untreated, you're going to die. I think it's time to put him away. Now, my number one is also the world's number one. It has the strongest venom of any snake. And this sleek-looking snake is a fierce snake or inland taipan. Now, they eat rats and they live in the black soil plains of southwestern Queensland. And they need their venom to be so strong because food doesn't come along all that often. And when it does, they need to make sure it counts. So over time, that venom has evolved to be as strong as it is. And they're that confident in it that when they bite a rat, they'll let it go and let it run off and die. And they'll track it down with their smell. Our Taipan venom has a number of components, but what makes it so strong is the neurotoxins, the brain's ability to talk to the body. And its venom aims to knock down and kill fast. It's time to put him away. Whoa, buddy, settle down. That jaw drop there, that's a gape. And he was looking straight back at me without the hook there. Now, he's a pretty quiet snake generally, and Taipans are. A bit of a favourite of mine, but for a minute there, he was cranky. So that's it. There's my top 5. There's plenty more out there that can do you damage. The best way not to get bitten is just to give snakes a bit of space. If you see one, leave it alone. Most people are bitten trying to catch the snake or kill the snake. If you happen to get bitten, you really do need to stay calm. That's the golden rule. The faster the heart beats, the more the venom pumps around the body. Further to that, immobilise the limb. Get yourself to hospital. Don't worry about wiping it. They need that venom there to test what snake it was if you're not sure. Even if you don't know if it was a python or a venomous snake, get to the hospital and you'll be right.